Friends, I am Merriweather, the host of Straight Talk in Room 503. We thank you for joining us again in another session. We thought it was fitting to come outside today with such a beautiful summer day. I want to talk with you again about what's going on in my hometown. Then we're going to get into your hometown. In our local newspaper, a first grade student has a book and she's holding it up in the local paper. It's Reading Street, Common Core Curriculum, which her father overheard this Board of Education talking about they're unable to be able to finance books for the entire class. At that point, he decided that he's going to assist his daughter class in getting that book. The total price for the books for the entire class is $10,000 for the first grade class. So he sets out and sets up a website to start taking donations. He in turn puts in $1,000 and then he's up to $2,000, and the last count of it was $3,000 to buy this curriculum, which is for his daughter, reading curriculum. Now, watch this here. Parents, alumni, strangers from as far away as Pakistan are making donations toward this book sale. I think it's absolutely amazing that current teachers, alumni, and parents are contributing to buy this book. Says the principal. That's not me. The principal said that she thinks it's amazing, absolutely amazing, that these people are doing this. I'm not so amazed by it because I understand that if people in the community across this country don't begin to contribute to public education, it's going to sink faster than it's sinking now. But what I find amazing that these are so-called intelligent people that are sitting back, allowing this mess to happen in public education. Now, to me, it's just as dumb or silly as going to the grocery store, making a purchase of an entire basket of groceries, and then once you pay for it, the stock guy takes out half of it and you push it onto your car and go home. That doesn't compute. It's just as silly to me as going to the dealership, buying a brand new car, and once you pay for it and walk outside, you don't get the whole car. You get the steering wheel, the windshield, and the front seat. And then they say, okay, sir, thanks for shopping with us. And you go home without the car. That's what's happened every day across this country as so-called intelligent people wake up and pay their hard-earned tax dollars and get half of what they're paying for. That just does not make sense. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because this is going to happen in the next 45 days. School is about to start again. We're going to allow our taxpayers' dollars to go toward public education, which is sinking in the ground by the sucker. And then their friends across the street in nice neighborhoods, they are going to pay double. They're going to pay for public education, which is not getting but half of what they're paying for. Then they're going to pay top dollars to put Melanie into private schools. And they're not going to complain. It just sounds like it's a crazy mixed up world. I thought I once was losing my mind, but hey, it's a bunch of us out here. So we're going to come back and deal with this a little more. Let me take my medication and see if I can get myself straight, because this is not making sense. Intelligent people offer their own their medication, making decisions like that, and want to know if I'm off my medication. We'll be right back in a few minutes. We're going to deal with this phone. Ladies and gentlemen, we decided to move back in. It was a beautiful day outside, but the temperature was getting a little bit warm, and we have enough problems in public education. We don't need things to heat up anymore, so we decided to bring the classroom back inside. In a newspaper that I was reading over the course of the week, talks about an entrepreneur, pet owner, invention helped to solve problems. This lady was having problems with the dog coming in and bringing the mud and the drool in and the stuff on his paws coming into the house. So she decided to come up with an invention that would allow the dog to leave that on some kind of invention that she had. So she ended up taking some of those cloths that you dry your car with, and she had them sewn together and then put on another material. The dog looked at it and figured there's something wrong with this, so the dog jumped over it. She later went back and perfected it and then came up with an invention that is now doing well on the market. It says right here that the dog industry is expecting to spend more than $42 billion this year. Ladies and gentlemen, a few moments ago we talked about the mess we in with public education. I'm beginning to wonder if we're allowing public education to go to the dogs, because inventors are inventing things to take care of their pets way before we, the so-called intelligent people of this United States, are coming up with solutions to improve public education. But people are finding time. Buddy, who is that Labrador Retriever that she came up with, invention called Sabe Doggy, doormat. They're coming up with doormats, and the doormats are selling. People are buying it to make sure that the animals don't have to walk across the house with dirty feet and paws, I guess we would say. Things are just getting so ridiculous. Now, let's move to this one here. This was in another paper from out of Dallas. Texas turned away from using truancy court. To those who are lost in the word truancy, it's just students attending school on a regular basis. It reads, a Texas law has been sent back about 100,000 students a year to criminal court for missing school. 100,000 kids are sent last year to criminal court in Texas for missing school, and even sent some to jail. This is getting ridiculous. The governor of Texas has signed into law a measure to decriminalize unexcused absence and require school districts, I'll get that word out, to implement a preventive measure. And they're forcing them to have it by September 1 when school starts. Well, my thing is that if they had been using it for a whole year and it wasn't effective, how can this being the last of June, in 2 months they can come up with a measure that will be effective by September 1? Reform advocates said that the threat of heavy fines up to $500 plus court costs, a criminal record, wasn't enough to keep kids in school, and was sending those who couldn't pay into criminal justice system. Ladies and gentlemen, we're running out of solution of how to keep kids in school, but I don't know. I don't think they want to go when they see teachers are giving up, boards are not doing their part, superintendents hiring their buddies and making good money, and then you want the kids to go to school, open your books, and let's do your work. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting ridiculous. We got to do something different. I'll be back in a few seconds, and we're going to wrap this session up, because it's time to wrap this up. This is not getting good this week at all. Thank you so much. Stay with me. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time that we wrap this session up. I got to thinking about how much problems we're having with public education. I could not resist the urge to get up and put my favorite Cardinal baseball jersey on. Mark McGwire is the number on the back. My player. I think that's what we're doing in public education. We're bringing this team in, we're bringing that team in, we're going to this park, we got home games, the lights are on, the popcorn smelling, the drinks are cold. I think that's what happened. We're having just a heck of a time in public education. So I thought, well, we'll wrap the show up with my new Cardinal jersey on. I hope you like it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's finish like this. Anything that you put time into, things get better. You heard that practice make perfect. So the more time that a player puts in on the court, the better he or she gets. The more money we put in, well, we don't know about the money, because public education can't get enough resources, enough money to do it. In fact, all across this country, they are taking money out of public education and spending it on everything, so I can't use that example. So let's bump it down. if teachers put more time into working with their students, the students would get better. If teachers spend more time developing and working on improving their relationship with the students, things will get better. If teachers would converse with each other, what did you do to make Johnny be more excited about learning your room? If they conversing with each other and trying to find better ways to improve education, to get little Johnny to want to come to school and learn more, things will get better. Now, if parents would spend more time with their child, talking about the importance of education, making sure they do the homework, making sure they assist them, making sure they get tutoring, making sure they go to bed on time, making sure they up in the morning, they get their breakfast, and that they're off to school with a positive thought or note from the parent that, hey, I'm proud of you, looking forward to us having ice cream this afternoon when you get out of school because I know you work so hard. There's got to be some motivation. You got to talk to them about the importance of education. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude on the baseball field. I know when I was little and they went to the baseball field, it was an exciting time to be there with Daddy and watch them throw that ball out and watch those guys win the game and said, Daddy, can I have some popcorn and can I get a soda? We got to go back and start making school fun for students. I think if we'll make school fun for students, I think they'll be more interested. I think we need to make sure that board members are the right board members to be serving on the board, right superintendent. We're spending so much money on superintendent salary, principal salary, teacher salary, and not receiving a lot in return. I want you to think about that. Think about what we're getting for our money. You're the taxpayer. We're looking for some benefits for our children. Ask yourself, am I satisfied with what I'm getting for my tax dollars? And if you come up with the answer yes, you make sure you go to my website and let me know that you're tickled to death, losing money and not getting much for it. I've been your host, Merriweather, the class of Straight Talk this week. I look forward to seeing you again. If you have not had a chance to buy my book, please get your copy. You can go to the website, or you can go to www.marshmerriweather.com is the website, or you can go to Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble. Get your book because, ladies and gentlemen, it's later than you think. Time is running out. We'll see you next time, and I look forward. Call a friend, tell a friend, they need to join us in the class of Straight Talk. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.